Hi friends, welcome to today's math lesson. Today you guys are going to be working in lesson 10-3 on Pearson. So let's take a look at our anchor chart and our essential question for the day. So in our essential question it says, how can I use properties of multiplication to find products of multiples of 10? So in our previous lessons that we have gone over, we've learned how to use a strategy for multiplying multiples of 10. We've talked about using an open number line, and we have also gone over using a base 10, your place value blocks to make a model. And then yesterday's math lesson, you used the strategy of mental math to help you solve these multiples of 10. Today we're going to go over and review the associative property of multiplication and the distributive property of multiplication, because those are the strategies that you're going to be using today to help you solve your math problems. So when we talk about properties of multiplication, we're talking about the associative property, and I'm just going to abbreviate associative, and we're going to talk about the distributive property. Okay, so let's review what the associative property is. And so if you look over here at our anchor chart, remember the associative property means that you can multiply in any order. You can group the factors in any order and you're still going to get the same product. So for example, if I wanted to multiply, let's say, 3 times 2 times 4. All right. So I can take that and I can multiply, let's say I wanted to group 3 times 2 together first, and I get 6. And then I can do 6 times 4, which would give me 24. Or I can say, okay, let's do it another way, 3 times 2 times 4. Well, instead of grouping 3 times 2 together, let me go ahead and group 2 times 4 together. And when I multiply 2 times 4, that gives me 8. So now I can multiply that by 3, and 3 times 8 gives me 24. So when you talk about associative property, you're talking about how you can group them in any order. You can change the factors around and you're still going to get the same product. So when we're talking about multiples of 10, for example, 5 times 30, you can think 30 is the same thing as 3 times 10. So when I multiply, I would do 5 times 3 times 10. So I can group together 5 times 3, and that gives me 15. And then I can multiply that by 10, and I get 150. Or I can multiply 3 times 10, which would be the same thing as 30, and multiply it by 5. So that's just one strategy that you guys are going to be practicing today using that associative property. Let's talk about the distributive property down here. When we use the distributive property, we can break up the factors, it says here, into numbers that you know. So I think the visual learning talks about decomposing. And when you decompose, it's basically a fancy word of saying just breaking up a number. So for example, instead of multiplying 8 times 30, you can break up or decompose 8 into 4 plus 4, because we know 4 plus 4 equals 8. So then I would take that 4 and I'd multiply it by 30, and then I would add it to another 4 times 30. So when I multiply 4 times 30, I know that 4 times 3 is 12. So I add the 0 in, and then I do the same thing over here and get the same product, and then I add these two numbers together to get 240. So let's go ahead and take a look at what your visual learning is going to go over. All right. So when you're doing your visual learning, it's going to walk you through and remind you on how to use the open number line to help you model multiplication. And it gives you a good tip over here. It says, remember the tens fact pattern. Think about the product of a number in 10. The product has a 0 in the ones place, so the factor is written to the left of the 0. Okay, so you can use properties to explain a rule or finding the product when one factor is a multiple of 10. So one way you can do that is by using the associative property. So we're going to look at 4 times 20. So I know that 4 times 20 is the same thing as 4 times 2 times 10, because 20 is the same thing as 2 times 10, right? So when I multiply, I'm going to group 4 and 2 together first, And I know 4 times 2 gives me 8. So 8 times 10, I can do that because I know that fact, which is 80. So 4 times 20 equals 80. Another way is using the distributive property to decompose. There's that word decompose again, and I just said that that word decompose is the same thing as to break apart. So we want to remember that fancy word. So when I decompose or I break apart some factors to help me use the distributive property, I'm going to look at 4. 4 is the same thing as 2 plus 2, right? Good. So I'm going to break up this 2 and put it here, and I'm going to break up that 2 and put it there, but I need to still multiply it by 20 because 4 times 20 is the same thing as 2 times 20 plus 2 times 20. Now I know 2 times 20 is 40 because 2 times 2 is 4, and then I add that 0 in, and that gives me 40. Same thing over here. And then when I add 40 and 40 together, that gives me 80. So 4 times 20 equals 80. All right, and you're going to be going over this in your visual learning today. I just kind of wanted to go over the examples that they were going to do. So let's take a look at some examples. So in our guided practice right here, and number 1, it says, why can you say that 3 times 20 is the same thing as 2 times 20 plus 20? Okay, so how does that work? Well, I'm going to try to figure out which property of multiplication they're using. So I see here that they have 3 and 20. And then I see over here they're saying it's the same thing as 2 times 20 plus 20. Now I notice something is missing right here. Isn't 20 the same thing as 1 times 20? Right? You still get 20. So which property of multiplication did they use? Well, it looks like they broke up this 3 as 2 plus 1. So then they broke it up, they decomposed it, and I can see my 2 and my 1 right there. So they used the distributive property. So that is why 3 times 20 is the same thing as 2 times 20 plus 20. So the distributive property because 3 can be broken up or decomposed as 2 plus 1. Let's take a look at number 3 over here. It says, in number 3 and number 4, find each product, which I know is the answer to a multiplication equation, using the properties of multiplication. So I know I'm looking for the associative property or I'm looking to use the distributive property. So let's take a look at number 3. 9 times 60 is the same thing as 9 times something times 10. All right, well, I've already got my 9, so they're trying to tell me that 60 is something times 10. Well, I know that 6 times 10 equals 60. So let's take a look. So 9 times 6, do I know that fact? Right, 9 times 6 is 54. So 54 times 10, well, I know that 54 times 1 is 54. So if I add in my 0, I get 540. So let's take a look at number 4 now. Number 4 says 4 times 90 is the same thing as something plus 2 times 90. So which number did they break up? Looks like they broke up 4 into something plus 2. So what number do I add to 2 to get 4? Right, I get 2. So they broke up, or they decomposed 4 into 2 plus 2. Now they're going to now break up and put those 2's right here, because 2 times 90 plus 2 times 90 will give me my product of 4 times 90. So what is 2 times 90? All right, well, I know that 2 times 9 is 18. So if I add in my 0, I get 180. And then the same thing over here, I also get 180. So if I add those two numbers together, 180 plus 180, that gives me 360. Okay, so in today's lesson, you guys are going to be working on your quick check, and you're going to be working through some of these problems. So you can set up the problems just like we did on those other two examples, and then when they give you, if they give you problems like this, you can just choose which strategy you would like to use. Now you can use an open number line, you can use your base 10 blocks. If you want to make a model, you can use mental math, or you can choose to use one of the properties of multiplication that you learned today. All right, feel free. If you have any questions, make sure you let your teacher know, and good luck.